Before we get started, here are a few honorable mentions. Welcome to my top 8 Nintendo Switch games of 2018. The criteria for this countdown is simply that the games on this list must have released for the Nintendo Switch in 2018. This means first-party Nintendo games count, third-party games count, multi-platform AAA third-party games are not included, and independent developed games are included. And now, to the list. What were the creators of this game thinking? This is what I really have to ask these people. Because they created one of the best and weirdest games ever. This game, Crossing Souls, has it's so convoluted. It seems like this type of game shouldn't work. It probably doesn't, but it was very enjoyable to me. That is on this list. Crossing Souls is a very creepy sci-fi like mythology game, but it's based in the 80s, so there's a lot of 80s pop culture references. You know how in the 80s there were like the big movie, like 80s was known for like the big kids movies that had like kids in big groups, and this game reminds me of the movies like The Sandlot and The Little Rascals, especially with the story, because the story is based upon this group of 5 kids, and they're just hanging out in their small town until one day they discover something, some artifact, and it changes their entire lives forever. One thing about this game is that death is very prevalent. It's important. It occurs often. In fact, the protagonists die off like crazy fast. But it's important because in this game you have to speak to both the living and the dead. But what really makes this game very interesting and also very confusing is the fact that it involves Egyptian mythology. Now I can understand, a bunch of kids, they find something that doesn't belong to them. There's a rival gang in the city. They get in fights with them. There's a school, and they also have parents and get in trouble with their parents and stuff like that. But all of a sudden, you find this artifact, and you have these guys chasing you, and these guys are trying to literally kill the kids. And you find out that all of a sudden, this artifact is linked to some of the Egyptian gods, and it's weird. It's funny, but overall, graphically the game's amazing. The story is very good. It's very good. There are moments that really make you tear up and really feel for the characters, and the game really throws things in your face. Like something will happen suddenly in the game. You're like, "Whoa, I was not expecting that." And there's lots of different cutscenes that are really only like you can see it visually, but it's only music, and the music really puts you in the mood for the cutscene, and you realize, and it kind of brings you into the game, and it really makes you think about a lot of things, and it's probably Adventure Pals! The Adventure Time game that we should have gotten on the Switch. This game is an Adventure Time ripoff, but it's an Adventure Time ripoff that works. Basically, you're instantly put into this game to avenge your grandpa on your birthday. It's super funny. The world is very vibrant and colorful. It's you and this one pet creature with your wooden sword. You travel to different stages. You battle all the bosses in order to collect cupcakes and other amazing things. Defeat the bosses, and you're trying to find and save your grandpa from this evildoer. But the thing that really makes this game enjoyable isn't just the combat. I feel the combat is really cool, especially your items. You have bombs and invisibility stones and other things like that. But the comedy, the humor. I mentioned Adventure Time because this game is pretty much trying to be Adventure Time, with the kid looking a lot like Finn, and he has an animal sidekick, kind of like Finn has Jake in the show. But not just that, there's a part of the game where you meet a whale, and this whale reminds me of the whale from The Misadventures of Flapjack on Cartoon Network. And this whale is so funny. She says some of the most hilarious stuff. But overall, like you don't have, this game is something you're supposed to take too seriously. But the combat works, the comedy works, and overall it is a really good package, worth the price, worth your time. I like the party. Do you like the party? Then let's have ourselves a Super Mario Party. I have been playing the Mario Party series since the days of the GameCube. They were one of my favorite Mario games of all time. But the series kind of fell flat after Mario Party 8, when Mario Party 9 and 10, and the stupid car ruined everything. But Super Mario Party brings us back to the basics. Everyone's their separate character on their boards doing their separate thing, their own separate ways. And honestly, that has to be one of the best things for Super Mario Party. The boards, there are only 4 boards in the game. The 4th one just can be unlocked after playing on the other 3 boards. Honestly, the Paradise Island board, best board on the game, in the game. The mini games, all brand new, 80 brand new mini games. They are really cool, and a lot of them utilize the motion controls of the Joy-Cons, and they are really, really awesome. My favorite game has to be Sizzling Steaks, and the game, I forgot what it's called, where you climb up the pole, the flagpole. And then the one game where you hear the different creatures rumble, and you're supposed to tell which creature it was just by hearing the rumble. I feel those games are really cool. There's other modes in the game, such as you can play online. You can do like the 5 mini game rally online against other people. There's a mode where you can where you basically standing up and you're doing motion control moves, and it's really cool. There's also a mode where you hang with Toad and you have 2 different Switch screens and you put them together. You can play games on there. Overall, it is one of the better Super Mario Party games, and I feel it is worth your time, especially if you have a group of friends. By yourself, it may not be the best, but for the group of friends is really good. That theme song alone,
Sushi,
and I was hooked.
you must use my power.
That theme song alone made me love this game
Eat my
before
sushi.
I even played it. Before I played the demo,
I have to. Bring it
I
on.
actually loved this game. And it was instantly nicknamed the greatest anime on the Nintendo Switch. But in all seriousness, Sushi Striker: The Way of Sushido is an awesome, awesome game. Besides the theme song, which is always going to be amazing, it has this nice anime art style to it that makes it very visually appealing. Depending on if you play it on 3DS or on the Switch, it may have the dark outlines or not, but it looks very, very good. It's funny because in the game you go from like side scenes where you have your background and the two characters talking with speech bubbles. You go from there, but you also go to full cut animated cutscenes, and they look really, really good. The combat here is very interesting because you're basically trying to match the plates with sushi on it, and you're trying to match these up and trying to throw the empty plates at your opponent to damage them. You have these creatures called sushi sprites, which you can say are this game's version of Pokemon because some of them have different forms and can evolve, and they have their own abilities and things like that. But they're really cute, very useful, and things like that. The story is very good, especially the beginning. It makes you really, really sad for the protagonist, and it really makes you want to like progress the story, even though ultimately the reasoning behind the story is very, very stupid. But another thing that this game actually did, which was weird, was that it actually made me want to try some sushi. But overall, this is a very good game. Have I ever mentioned that I love RPGs? Well, if I haven't, now you know. I love me some RPGs. But I had never ever played a Final Fantasy game before. Yeah, shocking, I know. But during Nintendo's big after... No, it was the E3 presentation, I believe it was. Yeah. E3, or was it right after E3 presentation, and Square Enix announced so much Final Fantasy coming to the Switch, and they announced that Final Fantasy 15 Pocket Edition was coming to the Switch. I was on board, I got the game, and I am loving it. Honestly, Final Fantasy 15 has to be my favorite Final Fantasy of all time. I know I haven't played the other ones, and the other ones could possibly be good, even better, but right now I love this game. I love the story, I love the characters, especially Noctis. Noctis is a bad, really good protagonist. Lovable, and it's so sad what he has to do in order to truly be the hero of his world. And ultimately, Final Fantasy 15 Pocket Edition, worth the purchase. Awesome game. Just Dance, it'll be okay. Da da da. Just Dance 2019. I have been waiting forever for this Just Dance. I love Just Dance. I have played almost every single Just Dance, but they all pretty much felt like the same game, just a few different songs. However, Just Dance 2019, I feel, is the change that we needed to Just Dance. The one big difference in Just Dance 2019 from the other dance games is the interface. It's no longer the deep purple interface where everything just goes in a horizontal mode. No, it's vertical, horizontal. The interface is beautiful. When you go to look at the songs you want to do, it shows you a portion of the dance, so you have a feeling of, hey, you know, this could be something I can really get into. It's not just, hey, here's the song, I just hope I can figure out what I'm going to be doing. So that's good. Also, the song selection this time, I feel overall is really good. Most Just Dance games, they have like, I think maybe 30 songs, new songs that go directly on the game, and then a few that go to their on Just Dance Unlimited subscription. But of like the 30 so games that come, I say maybe there's 10 or there's like maybe 8 or 10 that really got me hooked to really get the game. And there'll be these other 20 that's like, maybe they're good, maybe they're not good. I really don't know. But there was over 40 songs in Just Dance 2019, and I have been dancing to more than 25 of them. More than 50% of those songs I have danced to, because at first I wasn't sure, but they were really appealing songs. I mean, songs I had never heard of, but they're really good. Songs like Calypso, songs like A Little Party Never Hurt Nobody, Sweet Sensation, Ariana Grande's No Tears Left to Cry. All these songs are really, really good. So this has to be the best Just Dance game ever. Now, you already know these top two games, and I cannot talk about Nintendo Switch 2018 without talking about Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. Yeah, I got the Pikachu version. I mean, I know there's an Eevee version. I know there's a lot of Eevee fans out there, but Pikachu, Pokemon Yellow, like, come on, it's Pikachu's the better one. But anyway, Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee are some of the Nintendo Switch's best games of 2018. 2018 was a slow year overall for the Switch, and the top two games on this list were basically going to be the Switch's big sellers to help boost those Switch sales. Now, Pokemon, being the largest grossing franchise in the world, it speaks for itself. I can tell you what really made me love these games, but you already know. For the Gen 1ers or the people who really love Kanto, going back to Kanto, I actually did not like that because I am a Gen 3 person. My first game is Pokemon Ruby, and then my favorite generation of games is Gen 5. But hey, you know, going to Kanto wasn't that bad. Visually, the games looked amazing, especially in that HD quality and stuff like that. It was nice to have a Pokemon game on a home console. The new mechanics took some getting used to, but overall, I see they work for the most part for this type of game. So if Game Freak ever wants to like make more games like this for like a side series, then go for it. But keep it away from the main series, please. That's good. But overall, the Pokemon look amazing. Pokemon following you is really awesome. Pikachu looks so cute when you pet it. And it has some of the most awesome poses. Sometimes it's over there moving its arms and it wants to fight. Sometimes it's angry, it's sad. It's awesome. The cutscenes are beautiful. I think that's the main seller. Because in the Kanto games, you know these events happen. Like Cubone seeing its mother, or, you know, you taking down Giovanni. And it wasn't until Pokemon Generations that we got to, well, Pokemon Generations and Pokemon Origins, where we got to have a visualization of what that really was. But now in the games, we get to experience it truly, and it's truly amazing. But the best thing about this game has to be the catching mechanic. Not saying the catching mechanic itself is good, it's interesting, but it's the fact that with the catching combos, you can obtain shiny Pokemon. Shiny hunting has not been easier ever before in any other Pokemon game than this game. As long as you get a catch combo, you keep catching the same Pokemon over and over, eventually you get a shiny of that Pokemon. Or even better, you may leave that route, go to another route, and instantly find a shiny Pokemon of some other kind. I have so many shinies, it's ridiculous. But overall, this is a Pokemon game, and as a real Pokemon fan, I feel these games are worth a try. Of course, I am more excited for the main series games coming out next year, 2019. But these games were fun, were enjoyable, they're worth your time. Check them out. Yeah, Pokemon. Where do I begin? We all know that this was the Switch game. Everyone was winning. And with the amount of awards this game has already received from its sales, we already know that on pretty much everyone's top 5, 10, 8, whatever top list for Switch games of 2018, it is going to be Super Smash Brothers Ultimate. This game is amazing. I'm not a big fighter person. I don't like fighting games like that. But Smash is awesome. I don't know where all these characters are from. I don't play a lot of the games that these characters are from. I've never played F-Zero. I've never played a Star Fox game. I've never played an Earthbound game ever. But I know these characters because of Smash. Smash Bros. Is the ultimate fighting game for any person who plays any fighting game. It's good for casual people, it's good for competitors, and there's so many characters to pick from. Every character from the first game onwards in this game, plus Piranha Plant for Mario. And we're getting 5 more DLC characters. One who's been revealed to be Joker from Persona 5. That is awesome. Smash Bros. Ultimate speaks for itself. It does. There's so many modes. You had your classic modes, you had your regular Smash modes, you go online and battle people, and it now has a brand new story mode, World of Light, which you should definitely check it out. It is way deeper than you think. It is way deeper than you think, and it's truly enjoyable. It's also enjoyable because one of the characters that I made, Kirby, survived. So yeah, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is the Nintendo Switch game of 2018, and will probably be one of the most talked about Nintendo Switch games of the entire life of the entire Nintendo Switch. So definitely, if you haven't played this game yet, play it. It is definitely worth it. It doesn't matter what type of gamer you are. If you're not a hardcore fighter, you don't have to actually play the Smash. You don't have to fight people online. You can just go and battle people. You can play throughout the World of Light story. It's amazing. It's beautiful. Best game of 2018 for Nintendo Switch is Super Smash Bros. Ultimate.